Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is the window of the bedroom. Let's see here, if we get a better shot here of these corners. You can see these corners up here. The corners line up to a point. The seams don't. Actually, this one's not too bad. Let's do it down here. Get you a good look here somehow. As you can see, that seam don't line up at all. One piece of wood is down. The bottom piece of wood hit this one here, which is what Sears installed. Doesn't line up with the top board at all. As you can see, there's the gap. And this one's raised up, that one's down in. This one here, beautiful job of caulking. As you can see, it's a big lump where it's raised up. Okay, and here again, the caulk, which was discussed with everyone that I spoke to, which was never touched, never even fixed at all. Let's go to the next window again. Here at the bottom, joints don't line up. It's a big hunk of caulk. This one's down indented here. This one is up higher. Same here, down indented. And again, the sloppy caulk. Up top here, doesn't line up. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is, the nail. It doesn't go anywhere but in between the seam. Okay, and again, took a bad caulk job from the first job. Well, it's not taken care of, which was part of the job. Both sides of the window here. It's a beautiful thing. Bathroom window. Got another ridge here. And a big hunk of caulk trying to fill it. Really big ridge over here. And a big hunk of caulk trying to fill it. But I was told that was the coloring on an old hardy board here that made it thicker than this wood here. Of course, this wood is different than this because they went and looked for their materials that day instead of coming beforehand, looking what they need and getting their materials. That way they could show up and do the job. Let's see if I can get more light on the subject here. This seam, okay. The seam isn't too bad, but it doesn't really line up like it should. This side, the angle is off because these were cut by hand. Now this one is indented down here. You have a lip here, a huge lip here, and you can see the caulk from a mile away. This is after. This is part of what they painted. And on and down here, yeah, but the same thing. That the angle isn't quite right on the new board on the bottom, so they filled it with caulk instead of replacing, instead of taking it off and putting on one that fits. This one here, you can see the angle, how way off it is, and it's just filled with lumps and lumps of caulk on the front of the house. Unbelievable. This one here was cut too short. Almost had the angle right. There's a huge gap on the front of the house. We'll get up on here. There's a huge gap again here. But this gap is, this one's down in farther than this one, see? And we filled it up with caulk. So here's the same thing. The angle is off. We fill it with caulk. Huge hunks of caulk. That's not professional work. This one here, again, the same deal. Angle is off. It's all filled with caulk. Try to get you as best a look as I can at this. Okay, I'll do this again in the afternoon if I need to. And again, you can see the old caulk. I think I see this words nothing wasn't touched. Garage window, which is still on the garage window, which is still in the front of the house. Angles off, doesn't line up. As you can see, this one starts in here, and this one's way out here still. Don't even get the right size wood. And notice, none of the grain matches on anything. This one lined up somehow, but it's loaded with caulk. That one lined up there, no problem. But the bottom one down here, and then of course, the illustrious hammer marks on the front of the house. We'll move to the back. This here wouldn't be so bad, except the grain, as on every window, is completely different on what was put up and what was originally here. I got a lot of sun, so. And then here we go, more of the illustrious hammer marks on the wood, and the wood that doesn't line up at all. Right here, as you can see. Right here, as you can see, that one don't line up. Top wasn't too bad. This is what they called painted. See all the handprints after they painted? That's good. That's good workmanship there. The next window. Okay, this one doesn't line up here at all. I get some. Doesn't line up. You can see here it is out here. This one doesn't line up either. See how this one is dented in farther than this one? And this is a different grain, of course, it's on every single window. And it's just loaded with caulk. Okay. This one, not so good. This one, a little caulk, but that one's doable. Here we go. Now, another one. Angle is cut wrong on the board they put on. So we fill it with caulk. And we lump it up here higher than this one. Angle is off. Here's another one of those pretty caulk jobs. Angle's off. It's just full of caulk. Nothing fits. Angle is off. Full of caulk again, nothing fits. Sloppy caulk too. This one here again. We're all filled up with caulk. This one here, we're all filled up with caulk. This don't line up with this at all. This one doesn't line up here. Good angle, but unfortunately this one's up higher than this one. And again, this one's up higher than this one. We couldn't quite get it all, so we got the caulk, we got the seam, which, as you can see, the seam gets wider as it goes down, and you got more caulk just splattered all over the place. This one here, seams are off, huge gap. It gets wider as it goes from the inside to the out, and look at the caulk all over the side of the house here. Now, kitchen window. This was original. This is what Sears put in. Angle doesn't fit. Look at that caulk. That's gorgeous, ain't it? Angle gets wider as it goes here, and it's all slopped on to try to make it look good. Here we go. Now we've got a ramp going up to here. See how wide this gets as we go up? Because it doesn't fit. It doesn't line up at all. Nope, not at all. So in here again, same thing. We got a little ramp here. Actually, we just got a lip here. We don't have the ramp. Try to get you a good look at the lip there. I think we got it. You take a look. And again, the caulk slopped everywhere. Caulk in the corner, slopped caulk all over the side of the house. See that? That's pretty good there. That's you guys painting a booth. No, I'm sorry. I had to paint those. That's right. This window, I caulked underneath because this one had no caulk under it. I know that's a real terrible caulk job there, isn't it? This one I had to caulk underneath. Why don't you get a look? This is the caulking that I did. This is your caulking. Here. Okay. I caulked this under here. This wasn't even caulked at all. See here? That's my caulking under there. Not the greatest in the world, no, but it's pretty good. Look at this. These are pros. Doesn't line up. Caulk all over the frickin' place. More caulk all over the place. Look at that seam. Ain't it beautiful right here? You see that? Okay. This was from the first board they put on. Look at all the caulk. Look at all that caulk. All the way up into the window like a mountain range. Trying to do the best I can here with what I got to work with. That was from the first board that they put up, and you can notice right in here the gap where there's no caulk between the window and the board. But the old board that they had put up, which was all curved on top because they're cutting it by hand with a hand circular saw not a miter saw, so they couldn't make the angles correct, and they load with caulk here. That's their caulk again. This is the caulk that I did under here. I'm hoping you can see. It's not bad, ain't it, actually? See? There you go. In a minute I'm going to go get my step stool so I can show you what else. Again, here we go. Doesn't line up. Nice lip here. Real nice lip right here. Look at the caulk all over the place. See, we're trying to cover up something here. See, big hunk of caulk. Again, we don't line up. We load it with caulk. We don't cut it right. We load it with caulk. Big hunks of caulk globs all over the place. Globs in there. Look at that. That is just something neat. That's like the most professional work I've ever seen. Get a look over here. Again, the corner. See, the corner doesn't line up, so we make a ramp to the next one. But this one actually slopes in as it goes back, and you can see the angles are nowhere near correct. Slop it up with caulk. Nobody can see that. We got one good cut right here. See that? That's how the seam's supposed to be, and even that one's not great because it's still getting wider over here. Okay. Let me see here. Let's go get my stool. Ah yes, these two ones here. This is the caulking under the window. As you see, the gaps didn't get it even all the way across. And didn't touch no paint under there neither. Didn't put a bit. I only got part of it. I gotta recaulk that. There's another blob there. And we come under this window here. As you can see, caulk don't even get there. Caulk don't even get there. All the way across like that. Look at that. It's just falling right out. Big hole in the corner. There we go. Look at that. That nice, right? Big wide gap. Kind of filled with caulk. Didn't hide much though there. Okay, let me get my stool here. could have done without some of the running around, but I just want to get it right. That's all. Let me see what we got here. Okay. Caulking started out okay on this one here, but he just ran out of gas right here on the corner, so it never got caulked. This one here, as you can see, if you look down, the caulk is all over the place. Gaps big time. Just slapped on. Just slapped on. Unbelievable how somebody can do that. Slapped down all over the place. If this ain't good enough, come on over, take a look yourself. I don't bite. I want you to see what the guys are doing. See if I can get a closer look. In the middle there where the caulk touches nothing, it's just a bead that lays loose. Pretty much. There we go. There we go, see? Don't touch a thing. Just all lumped in there. There's a big gap here.